Hello, I'm Julie Hulburd, and I am the Human Resources Director for the Vermont Student Assistance Corporation. I've been in human resources for about 20 years now, and interestingly enough, I did not start out with a plan to be in human resources. When I started as a freshman at NVU Johnson, I had a plan to be a teacher. And about partway through my freshman year, I started working in the conferences and events office, and it was there that I learned that I really enjoy working with large groups of adults and managing people and planning events. I also, at about the same time, got really involved in the student government there, and that's where I learned that I really enjoy leading peers through a decision-making process and also watching how law and policy unfold. So I ended up graduating from NVU Johnson with a hospitality degree, which is what I have now. After college, though, I struggled to find a role in hospitality that I really enjoyed, and I went to work for a small .com that had about 30 employees, and we were all under the age of 25 at the time. And so in that organization, we all just sort of did what we felt most comfortable with, and it was there that I learned that I enjoyed writing human resources policy, creating trainings, and working through the hiring process with supervisors. Something that I really enjoy about my job is working with people and learning and understanding different things about people, because we're all very different in different ways. And human resources people really have a unique view of an organization because it's one of the few departments that really touches everything that an organization does. In fact, in some organizations, they call their human resources department people and culture representatives. And that's because we spend a lot of our adult working lives in our workplace, and it becomes part of our community. And companies do well to really manage and take care of their greatest asset, which is their people. Every organization also has its own style and culture. And if you think of a company like Disney that has a very well-defined culture, they refer to all of their employees as cast members because everyone is part of the show. And not every organization has a cast member model like that, but every organization has its own unique culture. And human resources people are the ambassadors of that culture. And it's our job to make sure that the culture is seen throughout the organization. I think that most human resources people would tell you that there is no typical day. And that is another thing that I really enjoy about my job. I'm a task list keeper, but there's always something new that pops up, and I enjoy that about my job. But in a given week, let's say, I might work with a supervisor to develop a job description or work through a hiring process and help them select a new employee. I might help them interpret policy to make sure that we're all interpreting policy correctly. I might follow the unfolding of federal or state law to see how it's going to impact our organization and report back to our executive committee on what that might mean for our organization. Or I might work with an individual employee to figure out how their benefits work. In our organization, in particular, part of our culture is our wellness programs. So that means partnering with community organizations to help find great wellness and health programs for our employees. Students who are creative thinkers and problem solvers and who have an interest in human behavior, but maybe also an interest in how employment law or policy unfolds in the world and how it impacts the people that they work with, might be interested in a career in human resources. If you are interested in human resources, you might look at the Vermont Human Resources Association website or the Society for Human Resources Management website. There's lots of great information there about what human resources people do and how they impact their organizations. You might also talk to a human resources person at your school. Because each organization has its own culture, every human resources person has a different role in that organization depending on what the organization needs. So it'd be interesting to talk to a bunch of different people who are in human resources to see how their jobs are different from organization to organization.